la categoría Fat Bike.
All right, so Jeff Herrera.
That's right.
You just won the fat bike category here in Ruta de los Conquistadores. In commanding fashion. Top 20 overall?
I think so. I haven't checked the exact, overall results, but I think somewhere in there.
All right, what kind of bike were you riding? What was your setup?
Yeah, it's actually for this race. We started riding recently we switched to Borealis bikes. So the Borealis has two different types of bikes. For this race, we actually rode the Yampa. The Echo, which is the one with the front suspension, was one that we thought about using for the Red Bull Challenge when the initial course for the Red Bull Challenge was a long downhill to Turrialba. Or with the change on the last minute due to the volcano, we actually decided to stick with the Yampa for the whole race. It's more of a cross-country type of geometry, and it worked really well at this event.
All right, tell me about your whole setup. What do you run for tires, what do you run for wheels?
Yeah, we actually built this bike. It's really light. We ended up going with Nexti carbon rims, and we actually have 45 North Husker Du tires. The Husker Dus work really well in the mud. It's a tire that sheds mud really easily, and all we had to do is just play around a little bit with the pressure. La Ruta has so many different types of terrain. So you have mud, you have sand, you have railroad track, and you also have a little bit of pavement, which is not necessarily the favorite ground of the fat bike, but if you actually play around with the pressure, you can actually have a pretty competitive ride. So, and those tires with combined with the very light carbon Nexti rims that we actually, Nexti was really kind enough to customize the rims for us, so they have our, you really can't miss our team name on the on the hoop, so that's pretty cool. And then we went with a full SRAM drivetrain. We're doing 11x1. Today I was a little under geared. We were hoping to do a last minute change on the front ring, but couldn't do it on time, so still ran at 28 front chain ring, 942 on the back. And got spun out a little bit on one of the long pavement downhills, but at the end, with the big puddles at the end, it was kind of okay to have that gearing. The rest of the bike is actually Trubative carbon components, cockpit, WTB Volt saddle, and actually the most important aspect of this bike, the most important element of it, is a wisecracker bottle opener that's under the stem. So if you happen to be stranded in the middle of the course and someone offer you a beer, I have no problem opening a beer with a wisecracker bottle opener.
All right, one more question. I hate to ask this question, but how much does it weigh?
The way it varies, obviously, depending on, because one thing about the Yampas is that, and Borealis in general, is that you can actually run the bike as a 26-inch tire with rim with a 4-inch tire, or you can run a 29er plus. So it actually changes the weight a little bit, but normally it actually just averages about under 22 pounds. So, if you compare it, it's about similar to a competitive full suspension bike, and you get benefits that you could never get out of a full suspension bike. So that's really awesome, and I think it's probably not for everyone, but anyone that tries a fat bike and gives it a real test probably will end up falling in love with it. This is actually when I don't have any structured training, I just want to go have fun. This is my go-to bike, so it's really cool.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Thank you.